Ace James. I'm in a smoke session with Squirrel. You already know what's up.
Man, it's your boy Danny, that guy. This smoke session with Squirrel. You know what's going on, man.
Rewind it a little bit and play it again, you know what I mean? While we in this smoke session with Squirrel.
Okay. And it's your boy Squirrel. Who we got today with me?
Big old kid, man, RBPs and that type of shit.
Smoke session with Squirrel.
Hey, smoke section with Squirrel. Have throat sex with your girl, motherfucker.
Yeah, go follow Smoke Session
Squirrel.
with
Go
Squirrel.
follow the page right now.
Yeah.
Blow a cutie or some marshmallow, shot on apple sky. This smoke session with Squirrel. I'm about to take off, smoking on some tropical runts. It blow your face off. Smoke Session with Squirrel. It's your boy Squirrel down here in Austin, Texas, man. Who do I got in the building with me today?
Jehry Robinson, man. Thank you for having me. Smoke Session with Squirrel, man. I just peeped the intro. I saw you got the homie Ritz on there and a couple familiar faces, man. That was dope, bro. Yeah, Jehry Robinson from New York, rapper, singer, producer extraordinaire.
That's dope. We go back a little ways, man. When did you get into the music? Like, when did you start doing music?
Yeah, man. So when I was like 13, I wanted a PlayStation for Christmas. I always tell this story. All I wanted was a PlayStation 3 or whatever it was, and my mom, she couldn't afford it, so she found a karaoke machine that had where you could put like little beats and CDs and shit into, and you could record, yourself with vocals and microphones and shit. So I was pissed on Christmas that I didn't get PlayStation, bro. Like, literally, I was like, all right, cool. Like, I was trying to be a good kid and be grateful, but I was upset. But my mom got me this karaoke machine. So 13 years old, I didn't use it for like a year or two. I let that shit sit in the closet, And one day I just turned it on, bro. I started freestyling. I just started going over beats, and probably literally since then, bro, I've never put the mic down. I haven't put the mic down once. I started freestyling on the karaoke machine in my mom's basement, and yeah, probably since about 14, 15, I've just been constantly going, you know what I mean? Constantly trying to record records, get in studios, I became a producer, an engineer, all that. So, long time, man, long time.
What did you, so you started making beats start doing music on the karaoke machine. Did that lead to you like doing other things? I know you make a little beats and stuff too. You produce a little bit?
Yeah, so like, throughout that process, a couple years went by, and nothing serious, just like freestyle battling. I grew up in New York, so I would take the train like Brooklyn, Queens. I would just sign up to any battle I could. If I found a battle, I'd ask around everyone, I can sign up to a battle, I can get out there. And I would do that for a minute. So that was like, the beginning of it was the karaoke machine, and then battling and trying to just get my name out on the circuit. But that was met with not a lot of respect and love. But, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely took me a lot to break into the battling and all that. And then I tried to make it, I tried to make a project, and nobody wanted to give me beats. It was like impossible to find beats. So that's kind of where the production came from. It's just like, hey, if nobody gonna give me beats, I'm gonna make my own beats.
Make them yourself. You know what I mean?
100, yeah, bro. Because it was like, nobody was giving me a dap, bro. It was like, I know producers. I'd be like, man, could you just get in the studio with me, or could you send me something or whatever? They'd be like, yeah, whatever. And then usually I get one horrible ass beat that they just sent that's on the bottom of their resume, or none at all. I just literally had nothing to write to, nothing to move. So I picked up a little MIDI controller and saved up for a MacBook, bro. That was what somebody told me. Yo, you need a MacBook and you need a keyboard. And that was probably like at least 5. It took me, from when I was 15, probably till I was, in my early 20s to start producing. So, that's a newer thing, production. But yeah, definitely, it came as a necessity. know what I mean? And now it's kind of just, I produce a lot of my stuff and I produce for a lot of other people as well. So, you know, it kind of became a part of me.
Being in the original Mecca of music, being in New York, how difficult was it to get into the music in the New York scene?
You know, it's funny. I want to say, oh, it's not that bad, but I mean, look, I always say this, like, people from all over the world, right? From people from fucking London, people from Australia, people from Minnesota, Colorado, they all come to New York, right? So it's like, if you the dopest in your city, right? And you the dopest rapper, you the dopest singer, you the dopest actor, you trying to be in Broadway plays, where you gonna go? You're gonna go to New York, maybe LA, right? But you're gonna go to New York. So if you're in Manhattan, you know, if you're in Brooklyn and you're trying to be in the studio, you are around a lot of talented people. You know what I'm saying? These people migrated, you know what I mean? These people sought out to come to New York to try to make it or try to manifest their dreams. So you're constantly around people who are like the coolest in their city. You know what I'm saying? The dopest in their city, they're out there. So in that regard, I feel like, you know, I'm just used to being around a lot of people who are way more talented than me. So it was always like, I kind of felt like, man, I don't put in these hours. If I'm not in the studio, you know what I mean? If I'm not, you know, out here booking things and trying to get my name out there, then, you know, I'm going to die out here because everybody else seemed to be, you know, booking this and getting this. And, you know, if we're in the studio, it's like, oh, this person just popped off or they got a hit single or whatever, you know what I mean? So I find it harder. And then, you know, on top of that, I'm just, you know, even looking the way I do, pulling up to some of the environments that I was pulling up to battle or whatever, and be like, you know, I would just kind of get shut down right away. Like, yo, get this guy the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I really have to go that, especially in hip hop, I'd have to go that extra mile and really show motherfuckers like, hey, you know, I could rap, bro. I could sing or whatever. I'd have to really steal that microphone and try to push. So I would say, you know, I can't really compare it to anything else because I only grew up there. But I noticed in certain cities, like in the Midwest, like I've been in Kansas City with Tech Nine and all that, like there's a little more love, you know? There's a little more support from the local people, you know what I'm saying? Where you from, by the way, bro?
I'm from Michigan.
Okay, you from Michigan. Yeah, I was just in Michigan recently, actually, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, bro.
But
yeah, I would say it's a little harder, in my opinion.
A little harder. So
yeah, a little bit.
Being from New York, what's your what were some of your musical influences and shit? Because I know, like in New York, you got so much talent to choose from. What were some of your musical influences for music?
Yeah. So I grew up, you know, a lot of the stuff that you'll hear is like has like a infusion of reggae. So I grew up with like Wyclef, you know, the Fugees, like Beanie Man, like a lot of cool like dancehall and reggae stuff. And then on the hip hop end, man, it's like countless, like, you know, Fat Joe, Terror Squad, Big L. You know what I'm saying? I grew up like Big L. Big L to me was like, you know, the only rapper that was doing anything for, you know, my childhood. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he passed away when I was maybe like, I don't know, a young kid. I was probably like 10 years old, and then I found his music after he had passed. And, but you know, yeah, New York wise, man. You know, of course, my opinion, I think the dopest rappers in the world come from New York. You know what I mean? So Jay-Z and Big L and Biggie and shit. So
tell us a little bit on how you linked up with Tech Nine and Strange Music.
Yeah, that basically came from just being in New York and having that mentality and that drive. You know, we got to a point where we started up FBA, which is my company, Famous by Association. Me and my now fiance Tara, you know, we linked up and we were like, yo, we got to do this shit. You know, we got to do this shit ourselves, right? It's like that Jay-Z mentality of like, yo, no one's gonna fuck with us, no one's gonna give us a record deal. Let's sell shit out. We literally were selling CDs out the trunk, and like we started in 2017, so nobody even was listening to CDs, and we had CDs on the block. You know what I'm saying? We were treating it like it was 1998 shit, and it kind of worked out. So from there, you know, we kind of took that. I saw a documentary on Tech Nine and Travis O'Gwen, Strange Music, and I just literally, I had her reach out. She's my manager and my partner, so I was like, yo, reach out. We reached out like every day for probably like 6 months. You know, they would be like, oh, really kind of just like demanding a meeting. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I want to do what y'all do. I want to be independent, and I want to be, you know, I want to be as big as y'all are, and y'all are some of the only people who know how to do that. So really what I requested was a meeting, and I wanted to, you know, kind of pick their brain and then it just turned into, hey, maybe we should work together in different capacities. And I wound up, working with Strange Music and becoming a part of, the empire that they built and shit like that. But initially, man, all I really wanted, I wanted to like pitch them. I wanted to be like, yo, here's what I have. I have my own business, Shark Tank type of vibe, and be like, look, I need funding, I need help, I need expertise, I need guidance on what I'm trying to do. And then, they really helped. They gave me that guidance, and then they came back and said, yo, we think you're an artist, for our label. So it was kind of crazy, man. All in like probably 6-month time period. It went from like, trying to get a meeting to, oh shit, I'm signing a deal. And we went into the whole situation. So it was kind of crazy, but that's how, like, I literally sought out Tech Nine and said, I want to meet this guy and I want to learn from him. And, it wasn't easy. It's not like it was easy to get in contact with him. But at that point, I just try to not take no for an answer. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we got to have a meeting. I got to, same way, you trying to do this interview, you hit me up. It's like, you're going to do it. You're going to be like, yo, what's good? Let's go. 2:00. We got to get it. It's like, same type of thing. It's just like, I just knew we had to sit down. We had to sit face to face, and I had to catch his energy and his vibe and all that. So that's how it started. And, it's been going ever since, man. It's been going nuts.
Yeah, so with that, like a lot of for like newer artists, how did you even go about trying to get in contact with them for a meeting?
All in any ways, bro. You know what I mean? There's no real right answer to that.
Not taking no for an answer, basically.
Yeah, I'll do whatever, when I'm in that mindset. Like, if I want to do something like that, it's like, I'm a DM, I'm an email, I'm going to call the office, I'm going to find their personal cell phone, I'm going to call that, then I'm going to email again, then I'm going to email the secretary, then I'm going to email the assistant, then I'm going to DM the assistant, then I'm going to comment on the assistant's post. Then, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Hey, what's up? Y'all didn't call me back, but what happened? What happened?
Worst thing they can do is say no.
Yeah, and then they could be like, hey, you're being a little overwhelming. You're being a little overwhelming. Like, that's what people are scared of. Like, and I get that a lot. Like, being from New York, it's like, I have a meeting, and I'll come through with, like, that DJ Khaled energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we got to be the greatest. We got to be the greatest. We got to move. This got to be the greatest album cover ever, bro. This got to be the greatest production ever. This got to be the greatest photo anyone's ever took. That's what we're striving for. We're trying to be on Rolling Stone with this cover. We're trying to put it on Billboard magazine. We're trying to put it New York Times. We're trying to put it everywhere. And, I can't sleep. I have a problem sleeping. I have insomnia right now. I can't sleep until I achieve some of these things. So, you know what I mean? That's a detriment on my health. So it's like, now I got a team of people around me. I need to let y'all know how badly this needs to happen, because I can't take no for an answer. If I haven't got there yet, I just use the word yet, because it's like, I haven't got there yet, wherever I want to go. So, sometimes that comes off abrasive and people are scared to do it. It's like, yo, you need to tone it down a little bit. You need to calm down. People are getting offended, or people feel a certain type of way. And I'm like, okay, but then that just means they don't like me. They don't like my personality. They don't jive with me. We're not, maybe we should not work together. Maybe they should not be the person that's, doing this or doing that. So, yeah, man, it's just, but it's about a balance of like being a normal person and then trying to be DJ Khaled every day. You know what I'm saying? And wake up like, bro, we need to achieve greatness. Why are we not achieving greatness every second that goes by? Why are we not trying to achieve something amazing? And, some people be like, hell yeah, I need that energy. And some people will be like, yo, it's a little too much. You know what I'm saying? So, you're not going to be liked by everybody, bro. Not everybody going to like you. Yeah, never. For real. So you go crazy trying to make everybody like you.
So, you start doing music. What was one of the first songs you dropped that started to actually gain the attention of fans and people in your area?
Yo, that's a good question, bro, because no one ever really asked that specific question. So I have a song called NYSOM. It's on SoundCloud and I think YouTube and stuff. I actually dropped it. My neighborhood went crazy. It's called NYSOM, New York State of Mind, right? And everybody went crazy for it. The radio started playing it locally. Shout out Party 105, and some of the stations in New York started playing it. And I went and did an interview. I got on a summer jam, a mega jam type of situation for the radio station because of it, and she was moving. And then I had sampled a piece of a Bob Marley record on it. So by the time it got, I got people just like co-signing it, dropping it on the radio, dropping bombs on it. And then they were like, yo, we can't play this anymore, bro. You don't even, you don't have the sample cleared. You know what I'm saying? no one bothered to ask me. Nobody said, it's like I lied. I just didn't know what was going on. And so it started popping off and people started coming out to the shows and shit. But I had to take the song down off of Spotify or whatever at the time. I had to take everything down and kind of restart. But that was the first time, like, you know, I woke up with like 100 text messages like, yo, you on the radio, bro? You on the radio, yo? That was that first moment where I was like, yo, I feel like I had something. And then literally like 3 days later, it was off the radio. And they were like, bro, you don't got the sample cleared and da-da-da. So, yeah, it's called, you can check it out, though. It's called MOS1. It's still on SoundCloud and shit. It's just not on DSPs.
Okay. So you got moving. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Jehry Roll. I see you went on tour with Jehry Roll. Was it last year, 2022?
Yeah, 2022, Son of a Sinner tour. That really came about. You know, I met Tech Nine. I signed a label, and then Tech said, this is right around like when I first met Tech, when we first linked up. They were like, yo, come through. Tech Nine had a show at Red Rocks. This was maybe 2019.
Hey, they invited us to come. That Jehry was like, y'all got to come out to Red Rocks. It's crazy. And then you ended up, you open for him, or y'all was together for the tour?
Yeah. I ended up at Red Rocks 2022, but 2019, first off, I'll be honest, bro. And people are like, what? In New York, I never even heard of Red Rocks. I never heard of Red Rocks before. I just didn't know what it was. Like, I just didn't know. And they were like, yo, it's a big deal. You know, we got a Red Rock show. And I'm like, yeah, cool. So I put up my own bread, you know, and both times, by the way, we spoke about this. You know Squints, right?
Yeah.
I was on Squints' podcast. We spoke about this, but both times, even when I first went out to meet Travis O'Gwen and Tech Nine and everything, you know, I put up like every dollar I had at that point to get on a flight. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just like, oh, yo, we met up and it was nice. Like, man, I had to risk a lot. I could have went there. You know, they told me they were going to give me a 20-minute meeting, and I spent like every dollar I had to take a flight and get a hotel and get over there. You know what I'm saying? And they could have just been like, yeah, we wanted to meet with you to tell you suck. Get the fuck out my face. You know what I mean? Like that could have been the extent of the meeting. I'm just saying, like, it worked out differently, thank God. But the same thing with the Red Rocks thing, though. I had paid my own money. Tech invited me, so I was like, all right, cool. Let me go there. So I went there, and I saw Jehry Roll there, and I had seen Jehry Roll on, like, I think he had like a Vice documentary or something. If you ever seen it. Yep. But I'd seen him like on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I was like, yo, that dude is dope. I didn't really know his music that well, but I remember looking at him and being like, bro, if I can get, and where he was, you know, at the point where he was then is probably not too far away from like where I am now musically, as far as like, you know, streams and support and whatever, you know. So I remember looking at him and being like, man, if I could just get there. Like, he was opening up for Tech Nine at Red Rocks. I'm like, if I could just get to the point where I'm even opening up for a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was, you know, I was trying to get, like, manifest that. And then 2 years later, he calls me and he's like, yo, I said, hey man, if you need anybody for these shows or whatever coming out, let me know. And he's like, all right, I'm letting you know. And I was like, all right, let me know, dog. He's like, I'm letting you know right now. He's like, you on the tour or whatever? I'm like, for real? Like, that's how that shit went down, bro. It's like one of the realest stories I could ever tell. Like, Jelly's I mean, you obviously know Jehry a bit. And if anybody I've ever met that knows him or has met him all says the same thing, in the fact of him being like the realest motherfucker, you know, period, even with the success and everything. So, yeah, man, changed my life, bro.
Yeah, man, we've been doing shows with Jehry since like 2014. So to see the transition just shows you that anybody can do it with that hard work. You know what I'm saying?
Inspirational as hell, man. Inspirational as hell. I've watched Jehry the past even couple of years from where he was. You know, I met him in 2019. Just watched him go like, oh. And I know that he was doing it 15 years before that. He was dropping shit and being out there. So, yeah, it's super inspirational, bro. And you know, that's just the homie, man. Like, bigger than music or like, you know, business or anything. That's my dude, bro. That's my guy. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the fuck he need, I'll be there for him.
What do you take from being around Tech? Tech is one of the biggest. People don't realize, like, Tech is one of the biggest independent artists in the world. You know what I mean? Like, what do you like? What type of motivation or drive does that give you, being behind someone like that shows you what to do?
Man, I gotta say, like, you've heard like steel sharpens steel, right? Like, if you're around greatness, you become greatness. So, you know, I think that says it all right there, bro. Like, just being around that type of energy. And another thing about Tech is, you know, not only is he at that level, but he continues to fucking put that work in like he's a new artist, bro. Like there's new artists that I fuck with. You know, I ain't trying to shade nobody, say names, but there's people I work with that are, you know, where I'm at, or even, you know, just starting out lower than me in the game, that are not in the studio half as much as the homie Tech Nine is right now. You know, and he don't need to even go to the studio ever again. Like, he don't need to even make a song if he don't want to make a song. Like, he can go kick it in Hawaii. Yeah. So that work ethic even bigger than the success and the talent. Let's not even get into, you know, how dope he is as an artist.
The work ethic itself.
The work ethic itself is so inspirational, man. You know what I mean? It just like keeps you in the studio, or it keeps you like making that extra record when you like, you know, when you tired or whatever. It's like, yo, Tech just submitted 5 new songs, man. This motherfucker did 5 songs this week, you know. So that's you know, that's a blessing to even be around that shit. And yeah, don't let anyone tell you different. Tech Nine works his ass off even till today, man. So yeah, it's definitely amazing. And I think it's just made me a better all around person, just being around, you know, Jelly too, man. Being around guys like that just kind of inspires you and just, you know, keeps you sharp. You know what I mean?
Like you said, steel sharpens steel. It make you want to grind, make you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to be as sharp as you can. Work.
Hell yeah. Because then you can't be around, you know, those guys are giving you respect. You know, I read something recently that said clout is, you know, everybody's like, oh, you know, you whatever, you'll do anything for clout, right? And it's bad. It became a bad thing. But clout, the definition of it is actually love and respect from the people that you respect. So clout is Jelly Roll saying, yo, I fuck with Jehry Robinson, or Tech Nine saying I fuck with Jehry Robinson, or, you know, I recently did some shit with Flapper Zombies or whatever, you know, and got them like people that I look up to, people that I fuck with saying, yo, you dope, you know what I mean? Let's collaborate. Whatever. So, you know what I mean? So that's what clout means. And it's like, I feel like people, it has a bad connotation, but it's like, yo, if that's what clout means, then I want all the clout in the world. I want everyone that, you know what I mean? I want everyone that I listened to their record when I was a kid and thought they were, you know, thought they were great or thought they were dope. I want them to have that same respect for me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's it. So I guess we are out here chasing clout. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
Well, by seeing someone like a Jelly Roll or like even Tech Nine dabble in different styles of music, does that make you feel that you can do something different besides just rap? Like, I know your new single you got dropping tomorrow sounds a little different than your normal rap songs that you drop.
Yeah, for sure, man. I do. Yeah. So I produce a lot of the music and shit, and it's always been an array of different things. Like if you go through the project, you know, like the last project and the project before, I think it's been constantly evolving. You know what I mean? It's constantly evolving in different things. But yeah, but like, you know, I'm not scared of pop music. People are like, yo, I don't want to make pop or whatever. Pop just means popular. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not trying to make pop music, if you're like, man, I don't make pop music, to me, you're just telling me you don't want to make popular music, right? So, you know, if you don't want to make popular music, that's cool, but that's not what I'm in it for. I want to make my music the most popular music in the world. I want every single person, no matter what they look like, no matter what they feel like, no matter where they live, you know what I'm saying, no matter what they've been through, I want them to hear the song and feel a certain way, you know, and give that emotion to it. So yeah, so I definitely think the music is evolving, and I'm trying to get to a point where, you know, I can make music that everyone can enjoy. You know what I mean? And if you don't like this record, maybe you like this record. But yeah, so I think the next step is gonna be, you know, I'm trying to honestly, bro. Like when people are like, yo, what are you trying to do? I'm like, watch Jelly Roll from 2019 to 2023. Watch what he did. You know what I mean? Go back in the history books and look at it. And that's what I'm trying to do in the next 2-3 years. And you know, crossed over.
When I heard that new song, I could tell that you were going for that, like you said, that crossover sound.
Yeah, for sure. Which is not easy. And you know, a lot of the people will that shit is met with sometimes like change, just in general. You know, is met with like people. You know, people hate what they don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Or they fear what they don't understand as well. So, you know, people might be like, man, what the fuck is this or whatever. But, you know, I think you just got to be bold enough as an artist to make something, go in the studio, make it, have it come from your heart, and then be like, all right, fuck it, go ahead, listen to it. I don't care. I made it. It came out of me. You know what I'm saying? I never try to make a particular song. If I go to the studio, I just make whatever I'm feeling. It just comes out. So then the hard part is being brave enough to be like, all right, yo, here's what I made on Tuesday. go ahead, go hate on it. Go tell everybody it's wet, or go fucking love it and think it's the greatest. Whatever it is, you just got to be brave enough to get ready for that response. You know what I mean?
Yep. With your most recent album you dropped, The Name Is Not Important. Tell us a little bit about that album, and tell us where you got the name from.
Yeah, so the name came from every person asking me, what's the name, right? Now I got a record label, so we actually have it. It went from like, I would just make it up and put it, type it into Spotify. And then it's like, now I'm having meetings about names and albums and whatever. It got a little more serious. So I just kept saying, like, when I was working on it, I was like, the name's not important, man. The name is not important. The name, we'll figure out the name. The name is not important right now, So, after a little while, man, I said it so many times. I'm like, that's the name. And they were like, all right, well, what is the name? I was like, the name is not important. That's the name. Write it down. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. Everybody that works around me was like, think I was joking and shit. And I was like, no, man, because music is important. You know what I'm saying? The vibe is important, and what we're giving off and the message that we're trying to, articulate to the world is important. So fucking name, I did like, I'm not particular album. That's just how I felt. You know what I mean? I felt like fucking name. It doesn't matter, bro. Listen to the music, bro. I don't even want to give you a name because it might make you, you judge a book by its cover, and you might hear the name and not want to go listen to the album, right? So it's like, that's how I felt. Fuck the name. It's not important. Tune into the music. You know what I'm saying? Listen to my music. Listen to my message. Listen to what I'm trying to say. And so we just went with it. The name's not important, man.
Question why? What were some of the things that you were to come up with a title like Question Why? You had to have been questioning some things, whether it was life or musically or whatever. What were you questioning at that point to come up with a single called Question Why?
Just in general, it was actually more so to say, I kind of in that moment I stopped questioning why a little bit. I did that my whole life, and it, now lately it's just like I'm just not gonna question the blessings. When the blessings come, you want to fucking it up. You think about things too much. You want to fucking it up for yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like when a blessing comes in, just take it, receive it, and don't question it. Don't say, why is this happening, man? Hey, why is Jehry Roll bringing me on tour right now, man? I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that, man. I don't know why. He could bring anybody in the world on tour. Why is he fucking with me? Why is Tech9 fucking with me? Fuck all that. I'm not questioning it. Thank you. Thank you. I do deserve it. I deserve all the abundance in the world, and I'm not gonna question that. If it comes to me, then God wants it to happen, or the universe wants it to happen. And that's kind of what that is about. You know what I mean? Just fuck it. Don't question why anymore. Just live and accept everything. Good and bad.
My boy here, he live in Austin, Texas. My boy DT, and he told me he had seen you on tour when you came down with Tech. In Austin.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Austin was crazy.
He said you was dope, bro. He was like, man, I saw him when he was with Tech. When he came to Austin, he was like, bro, he was so dope.
Hell yeah! Is it South by Southwest right now?
Yep, I'm at South by right now.
Yo, that's what's up, man. Enjoy that shit, man. I got to go years and years ago. It was fire. I haven't been back in a minute, but enjoy, bro. That's just crazy.
What with being out on the tour and touring and stuff, what's the most important thing that you can tell up and coming artists about touring, whether it's the merch or just getting your name and getting yourself out there in front of new people?
Yeah, I would say when it comes to a tour, man, the goal is to really interact and be a human being. You know what I mean? Meet these fans. Like a lot of artists will do their set and then they dip off to the backstage or they dip off to the after party, right? Stick around. If look, an artist like Jehry Roll can't go out to the merch booth and hug people right now. He probably couldn't even get to the stage. He's gonna get swarmed, right? You got fucking 10,000 people going crazy crying. But if you're an artist and you coming up and maybe you got 20-30% of the crowd that's feeling you or even knows who you are, and then everybody else is kind of looking at you and they don't even know who you are. It's like, maybe after your set or I'll be outside, bro, when the venue closed down. Before I go on the tour bus, I'll be outside kicking it in the front with all the people lingering and just being a human being and being like, yo, thank you for that time. Like, I'll give them that time back. You know what I'm saying? That they give me to listen to my music. Y'all listen to my albums and y'all keep me fed and you support me. I'm going to sit here with you and listen to your story about your grandma and your, whatever. I'm going to just communicate and interact and show that love back. Because I think some artists don't do that, especially in hip hop. It's like, they too cool. Like, yo, I did my set. Now I'm going to go pop bottles at the after party and you know, it's like, yo, the fans is outside waiting. You know what I mean? Go say hello. Go give them a hug. You know what I mean? So
I actually just had a conversation with an artist the other day about that, about interacting with the fans after the shows, whether it's at the merch table or pictures or whatever. Fans they've coming to see you. So when you do that, it builds you up even more because they see how humble you are as an artist.
Word, man. And you know what it is? It's like I enjoy that shit because that's like the validation of what I do. It's like, okay, these are the actual. It's cool to get fire emojis on Instagram, right? When you drop something, it's like, oh man, this shit fire. But when you see the humans that are dropping the fire emojis and they like, yo, your music changed my life, or you know, whatever, it resonated with them in some way. For me, that's like kind of the most rewarding part, bro. It's like you know, even bigger than money, man. I've been doing this. I just started making money. You know what I mean? Like I've been fucking dying my whole life. I've been out here fucking scraping, bro. Like, you know, it's like bigger than money. It's like what kept me in it for years is just anyone that came up and said, yo, that song really helped me get through this problem, bro. That song changed my life. You know, my boy was going, you know, was about to overdose on drugs, and then he heard this song and he quit using drugs. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, so, you know, when you're broke as fuck and you're starving and your car just broke down, and then you walk into the store and you fucking feeling depressed because life sucks, and then that one guy comes up to you and says, yo, you Jehry Robinson, right?
Change your whole output.
Because my car just broke down. You know what I mean? I look like a mess. I've been fighting with my girl all day. I'm trying to get my rent. And, you know, you got this one kid that thinks I'm a rock star. I'm like, bro, can I get a picture with you? I'm like, you want a picture with me right now? Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, you know, that's how it started for me. Like, I would be like, you know, just bumming out and having the worst day. And on those days was the only time I would ever get recognized by a fan or anything. It always be the worst fucking day where I'd be like, man, I wish I had a nice fit on right now, or, you know, a cool hat or something. But, you know, I look like shit and I feel like shit, but this person doesn't give a damn. They just like, yo, can you take a picture with me, man? I love your music. So, yeah, you know, it's a crazy thing, bro. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah, so tell the people a little bit about your time on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh no, that was
somebody
clip
that?
Yeah, no, it was a clip. That was a bullshit thing. That was I just clipped a piece from Joe Rogan and the internet went crazy on it. But yeah, I just clipped a little piece of him talking and I kind of edited it to me. I did the same thing with Drake. I made a fake FaceTime call with Drake because we dropped the album on the same day, and I made a fake FaceTime call where, you know, whatever, I went back and forth, and he was like, yo, what up, bitch, or whatever. I'm like, hey, I was like, yo, you know, my album coming out on the same day, bro. I'm like, you better be careful, homie. And then I hung up the phone on him or whatever. And it was just a joke, man. And everybody, you know, blogs picked it up and wrote articles like, yo, Drake, you know. So sometimes I think the internet is funny like that. But yeah, no, it was just a cool little freestyle I did, man. And you know, I love Joe Rogan. I
was doing my homework and I saw that. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, I love Joe too. So when I seen that, I thought that shit was pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan. I just had people tagged him and shit in the comments and shit. He never responded though.
So tell us a little bit about your new single, Kill My Daydreams. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Kill My Daydreams is about to be, I think, like, it's about to probably be my biggest song I ever made. I really believe that. And you know, I don't really say that every time. I think this song in particular is special, bro. I think it's my own genre. It's something I've been working on for a couple of years. It's like the sound is like a fusion between pop and hip hop and reggae and rock and roll. And you know, my man Wishmaster did the beat. He's incredible.
Shout out Wishmaster.
You know Wish?
Hey, look. So we used to get beats from him off SoundClick back in the day.
Wow, SoundClick.
SoundClick though with Wishmaster. That's fucking crazy.
He is a legend, bro. He was one of the first internet guys that was leasing beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was, you know, killing those websites and shit since back, you know, that was probably years and years ago. But yeah, he's went on to, you know, be nominated. I think he won a Grammy. He's got platinum records, and you know, we kind of just developed this this sound on Kill My Daydreams. We kind of developed by, you know, that's probably like the, you know, 7th or 8th song that we've done like that, where it's like we're formulating this reggae pop rock blend, you know, that kind of is its own thing. But I definitely want to know what you think of it when it drops, man. It's gonna be special though, man. It's gonna be special for 2023 for sure, bro.
For sure, man. We'll come on here. I'll do a review on the song and check it out.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
So before you get out of here, what's the plans for Jehry for 2023? What's your plans for this year, man?
World domination, bro. World domination. We trying to go, we try to, like, every time, like, if you see Jehry and you're like, man, he don't got a #1 record, I ain't done yet. You know what I mean? If I don't got a #1 record, I ain't done yet. You know, you gonna see me old, my beard gonna turn gray, my hair gonna turn gray. I'm gonna still be out here singing and trying to make a #1 song, bro. So that's my goal this year, though, is to drop this album. We're about to announce a tour. I'm gonna be going out with my homie. I don't know if you know Chris Webby.
I know Webby, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Webby's
Chris
an
Webby
artist
a
from the
good
East
dude.
Coast. What you say?
Chris Webby a good dude.
Yeah, that's my dude. I actually don't know him that well. I met him a few times, but
I met him and Echo through Ritz at one time through touring or whatever.
I love both of those guys too, man. Yeah, it's a small world. I saw Ritz on the clip. He said smoke session with Squirrel. Yeah. But yeah, so we about to do the tour. We about to drop this album. The album will be out soon. We about to do a couple singles. Might be something coming with the homie Jehry Roll. Might be something coming with the homie Ritz. You know, stay tuned, man. We got a lot on the plate this year, though, for sure.
Yeah, man. I think you're gonna do great this year, man. Especially with the new song, a new style, a new genre. People gonna tap in and gonna love it for real.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that shit.
Yeah, man. Maybe when the album drop, I'll bring you back on, and you know what I mean? We talk about the album.
Got you, bro. You say the word.
So before we get up out of here, man, I know I had you for a minute. Let the people know where they can find you on your social medias and where they can tune into your music.
For sure, man. It's at Jehry Robinson on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Everything is JehryRobinson. Yeah, across the board, man. Jehry Robinson with an H. You know, a lot of people think my name is Jehry. A lot of people don't know how to pronounce it. They don't understand why I spelled Jehry with an H. There's really no background to it. It just got an H in it. It's spelled a little different, you know.
It's got an H in it.
Yeah, when Kanye West dropped, everybody called him like Kanye and Kane and Kongi, you know, so that's what it is. Sometimes I get picked up from an Uber and they're like, yo, Jehry or Jadia, you know, no one knows how to pronounce the shit. But Jehry Robinson, all platforms, check it out. We dropping a new song tonight. But probably by the time this drops, Kill My Daydreams will be out. So go check that out.
Yes, sir. I'm also a fashion designer too, man. So I don't know if you've seen the custom jean jackets I do, but we're gonna have to get you a Jehry Robinson Strange Music jacket.
Yo, say the word, bro. That's dope. I haven't seen it, to be honest. I haven't locked in too much. I saw the post, and then I saw Country. I saw Squints commented yesterday and shit. I was like, okay, because you know, I'm just showing love, man. You know what I mean? If you want to show love, I'm showing love back. But then I saw that you knew some of the homies and shit, and I was like, okay, even better, man. Even better. That's love. I'm gonna go lock in. I'm gonna go tap into your page right now.
I actually have seen you before, but most recent I seen you when we was at the Bridgestone in Nashville.
Oh, okay, you were over there.
Yeah, I said what's up to you in the back, and when everybody was moving and stuff, you know what I mean? But
yeah, bro. I think I do remember. That was incredible. That little section that Jehry had with the trailer park shit. That was some rock star shit, bro. I've never seen anything like that at a show before. That was really cool. That was a dope time, man.
Yeah, so I want to let you get out of here, but I thought of one more question. When I look at Strange Music, it doesn't seem like just a label, man. It seems like you guys are more family. Like you guys are a close knit label. Is that how it is?
Man, I think you know what I mean. I think everybody just gets along, and a lot of people always say, you know, what's it like being? Somebody asked me on a podcast recently, like, what's it like being around wolves like Tech Nine and you know Calico, ISO, and I'm like, man, I don't really look at it like you know, they're gonna eat me up. I look at it like if they're wolves, we rolling in the pack. That's the family. We rolling together. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't feel that you know, to some degree, it's always that competitive nature. Like I want to have the best verse on a song every time. Like so does Tech Nine, so does the artist. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely more of a family vibe, man. And if we all wolves, we definitely a pack of wolves. Like we gonna eat you. We all gonna share the meal. You know, it's not like everybody's trying to attack each other and shit, which I think is rare in the music industry. So you know, it's a blessing to be a part of it, bro, for sure. It's a blessing to be a part of Strange. And they gave me this cool chain, so I'm all right.
For sure. But hey, I definitely appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming on Smoke Session with Squirrel. Once again, man, thank you. Hope you do well. I hope you do well on the new single. If y'all
Thank
haven't
you.
already, y'all make sure y'all go tune in to Jehry Robinson on all platforms. If you haven't, go subscribe to Smoke Session with Squirrel on YouTube. Shout out my sponsor, Mint Cannabis, and shout out 8 Mile Vodka. And hey, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, Squirrel. I appreciate it, man. We're gonna lock in. I'll see you
Yes, sir,
soon.
man. Thank you. Smoke Session with Squirrel, we out.
Appreciate it.